Hello, all my dear students of full English. I hope you all are doing good. I hope your studies are going on great for your upcoming exams. So this video is for those students who are going to give their exams in Jan 26 and onwards for your CA final direct tax, especially Group 2 paper. So I am here to announce the batches for my Jan 26 students and for my May 26, September 26 and Jan 27 students with respect to CA final direct tax paper, that is in full English. So first of all, you need to decide which attempt you are going to give. If you are giving the exams in Jan 26, then the batch is different. And if you are giving exams from May 26 and onwards, that is, if you are giving exams in May 26 or September 26 or Jan 27, then your batch will be different. The reason is, if you are giving exams in Jan 26, then the Finance Act 2024 is applicable for your exam. Which Finance Act? Finance Act 2024. 2024 budget is applicable for your exams. But if you are giving exams in May 26 or September 26 or Jan 27 till Jan 27, then the Finance Act 2025 will be applicable for your exam. Therefore, the batches are different. So these batches, Jan 26, if you are giving exams in Jan 26, then the batch is already recorded few months back. But if you are giving exams in May 26, September 26 or till Jan 27, not May 27, till Jan 27, then your batch is going to start from 3rd of October and the recordings will be available from 4th of October. Okay, that is in the next 1 week. So accordingly, you can plan the things. So you can order this particular batch if you are giving exams in Jan 26 or if you are giving exams in May 26, then you can pre-order this. This is there on our website also, and the lectures will be available from 4th of October. Books we will dispatch immediately in next 1 or 2 days as soon as you order it. So I think so the thing is clear that when you are giving exam, then which batch is applicable for you. Again, I am saying, if you are giving exams for Group 2 direct tax paper in Jan 26, then Finance Act 24 batch is applicable for you. If you are giving exams in May 26, September 26 till Jan 27, Finance Act 2025 batch will be applicable, which is going to start from 3rd of October. Okay, fresh recording will start from 3rd of October. For all these batches which I have told, Jan 26, May 26, September 26 and Jan 27, for all these batches, new income tax law is not applicable. The new income tax law is notified by the government of India, but that is applicable from May 2027. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. So the new income tax law will be applicable from May 2027. Therefore, for you people, new income tax law is as of now not applicable. Okay, till Jan 27, the old income tax law has to be studied by the student. Now, there is a lot of confusion among the students that which batch we should opt for. Now, there are two options available with you. You can either go for our regular batch, which is around 220 hours, or you can go for our exam oriented batch, which is around 145 hours. There is one more batch which is called as practical question batch. Now that batch, generally practical question batch, is applicable to those students who have done their direct tax earlier, who have studied their concept well, but they have not done sufficient practice of questions, so they can go for practical question batch. For first time learner of direct tax, either you should go for regular batch or exam oriented batch. First time learner cannot go for practical question batch. That is for those people who have done their batches somewhere else. They have not done sufficient practice of questions, so they can do practice of question with me in the class. Okay. So if you are learning DT for the first time in CA final, then you should either go for regular batch or exam oriented batch. Sir, how to select between the two? Whether I should go for regular batch or whether I should go for exam oriented batch? That absolutely depends upon your preference. If you wish to learn direct tax in detail with practical perspective, and if you wish that it should help you in your practice also, in your practical life also, in your job also, then you should go for regular batch. But if your objective right now is only to clear exams with good marks, then even exam oriented batch is sufficient. So if you want a practical exposure of the subject along with exam perspective, then you should go for regular batch. But if you only want exam perspective, then you should go for exam oriented batch. Obviously, there is a difference in time between the two. Exam oriented is around 140 hours to 150 hours. Regular batch is around 220 hours. Sir, what about the coverage of the syllabus? The coverage of the syllabus is exactly 100% in both the batches. I am not going to do something like that where I am going to teach something in regular batch which I am not going to teach in exam oriented batch. It is not going to happen. Whatever I taught in regular batch, that exact thing will be taught in the exam oriented batch also, but in a slightly restrictive manner. Suppose a provision which is taught for 2.5 hours in what? In regular batch, that same provision will be taught in 1.5 hours in what? In exam oriented batch, in a slightly concise manner, ignoring the practical perspective. Obviously, time is a constraint in an exam oriented batch, so I have to restrict somewhere myself. Okay, so that's the only difference between the two batches. As far as number of questions are considered, in both the batches we cover more than 550 to 500 questions. In regular batch we cover slightly more questions because we have some extra time. But in exam oriented batch also we cover more than 500 questions, covering all ICI RTPs, past 8 attempt RTPs, past 8 MTPs, past 8 attempt exam papers. All of them are covered in the class, which are all updated as per the latest Finance Act. Sir, how many books will be given? In regular batch you will be getting 5 books. In exam oriented batch you will be getting 2 books. The regular batch 5 books are as follows. One color concept book, which will be also given in exam oriented. One question bank, which will also be given in exam oriented batch. 3 detailed book, which will only be given in what? In the regular batch. Detailed book will not be given in the exam oriented batch. Detailed book is nothing but the bare act of the income tax along with the ICI material for some important topics. Detailed book does not cover entire syllabus. It covers what? Important topics where we need to do analysis of bare act. Because we have time, we do analysis of bare act in regular batch. In exam oriented batch, we don't have time. So we explain the perspective from exam perspective. Next, all ICI MCQs will be done. Yes, all ICI MCQs for Jan 26 is already done. For May 26, September 26 and Jan 27, whenever ICI will release its booklet, I will explain all the MCQs. That is my promise from my side. Next, whether we will be done doing the interpretation of bare act in both the batches? Yes. In the regular batch, we are going to do interpretation of bare act in detail, very detailed. But in exam oriented batch, I will be doing little bit because of time constraint. So again, sir, we are asking, is it sufficient that if we do exam oriented batch for the first time? Yes, it is sufficient. For first timers also, exam oriented batch is sufficient if your intention is only to pass exam. If your intention is to gain knowledge along with passing exam, if your intention is to gain knowledge for your practical life and thereafter, then you should go for regular batch. If your intention right now is a short term intention, your goal is short term to clear your exams right now, then you can easily go for exam oriented batch also. Okay. As far as content is considered, 100% content in both the batches, 100% questions in both the batches, everything is 100%, but the level of detailing is different in both the batches. That's the only difference. Rest, you can, if you have any doubt, you can call on this number to our team. They will address your queries and you can order the product from our website, that is aarishkhan.com. In case of any query, you can reach out on this. Take care, all of you. Bye.